everybody? Welcome back to Rest Hold Podcast, episode number 86, brought to you as always by me, Tan Fred. Sorry for missing the last week, just had some scheduling stuff going on, so wasn't able to have time to record. But we're back this week. Going to be a short one because next week is probably going to be a bit of a longer one. I'm going to try to get somebody else on with me next week, see what we can do for our WrestleMania predictions. But we are about a week and a half out of WrestleMania 2023, WrestleMania 39. So just going to break down the card quickly, not really go into predictions, but just kind of where we're at, where each feud is going, and then next week we'll get into the full breakdown, what we think is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So first match that everyone knows about, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, undisputed Universal WWE Championship. This is kind of progressing in a good way. They're staying non-physical, which has been good. They are having good back and forths on the mic. They're kind of getting more and more personal. I feel like they still need one more big, spark, like spark promo between the two to really get this thing hammered home. But other than that, this feud is progressing well. Everyone's excited for it. We knew it was coming since Cody came back. Nice to see it finally come to fruition. SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte and Rhea. I think Rhea probably is the toughest challenger Charlotte's had in a while. Definitely the closest in competition. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. They're definitely giving this feud a lot of attention, especially on SmackDown. But the Judgment Day has kind of been in the forefront of a lot of the programs moving into WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, progressing naturally. Bianca and Asuka has been another one that's been a weird little feud. It'll be a very good match, but as for the feud, it's not like it's more of just like, okay, this is Asuka going for the belt. There's not like anything personal or past history as much as there is with Charlotte and Rhea. But again, should be another really, really good card. Both of those matches, women's matches, are actually shaping up to be very, very good matches. So we'll see what happens here. A big one announced this past Monday: the Usos versus the reunited Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This is probably I want to word this carefully. I don't want to say it's a shame that the women will get one of the main events, probably the Saturday main event, because it's not. I think both matches are worthy of that. But this feud is so hot right now that I think it is a disservice to it to not put it as a main event, even though it probably will not be. Charlotte and Rhea will probably main event night one. But this match might steal the show for all of WrestleMania. This whole feud with Sami and Kevin Owens and the Bloodline has been so good for so long. It's nice to see it culminate here at the biggest show of them all. We got Brock Lesnar and Omos. There's nothing really to say here. It's just big guy. That's really it. See what happens with that. Seth and Logan. This will be interesting. Logan has been getting the upper hand on Seth as of late on Raw. But like we've seen, Logan is not just like a celebrity. This is a lot of people call it still a celebrity match when Logan's involved, but he is signed. He is technically on the roster. He is signed. And while Roman did, help Logan out a lot in their match, that was still a hell of a match. That was really, really good. And I personally still believe that Seth is better in the ring than Roman in different ways. And this match could be insane. So keep an eye out on this. This is a very, very good one. We'll see what happens. United States Championship, Austin Theory, John Cena. This is just old Cena versus the new Cena, as a lot of people are calling Theory. Very similar trajectories, it seems. So this entire match will depend on what Cena's allowed to do. So we'll see what happens with that. It's kind of hard to predict this because I don't know what Cena is going to be allowed to do. If he's allowed to have a full match, this would be awesome. If it's similar to his last appearance in December, I wouldn't get my hopes up. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. I'm not a fan of 6-person tags in any aspect. They're most of the time just a little sloppy. It's hard to do them well. Um, there's a lot of talent in this match. So I expect that as far as 6-person tag matches go, this should be a good one. I just am not a big fan of 6-person tags. They tend to not go well. So we'll see what happens. But again, a lot of talent here. If there's a way to make this good, this is one of the ways. Another one, more recently announced match, Edge and Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell. This is another match to keep an eye out on for match of the weekend. This is going to be insane. We already know what Edge can do in Hell in a Cell throughout his career and even recently with Seth. So this is something that's going to be really, really good. It'll be interesting to see how much of the Judgment Day gets involved in this because the only one that's really not wrapped up in something is Damian Priest, although Dominic isn't officially, but we'll get there later. But he is. So we'll see how this goes. This is going to be an insane match. Again, potential match of the weekend contender. And my third match of the weekend contender, the Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew. This is going to be absurd. This could easily be match of the year. What's crazy is the way with how bloated WrestleMania is now because they do the 2 nights. It's like 5 hours every day. A lot of times it's very watered down. Some matches just on the card just to have them, and the fact that there's 3 to 4 legitimate match of the year contenders on this card is such a good thing to see. Shows that they're utilizing talent a lot better now. Every championship match could be really, really good. They all mean something. They all have legitimate reasons for them. It's not just like, hey, we're having this match. So this is another insane match. I mean, Sheamus and Gunther was already match of the year for a lot of people at Clash at the Castle. And Drew and Roman was maybe just as good at the same pay-per-view. So putting Drew, Sheamus, and Gunther together is going to be crazy. So again, another potential match of the weekend contender. Then we have a fatal 4-way women's tag match. I didn't know this existed. Liv Morgan and Raquel, the first to qualify. 3 more teams will. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Keep an eye out for that. Fatal 4-way men's tag team championship. Not championship, sorry. Just tag team match. We got Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus Viking Raiders. That's 4 really good teams. Another lot of talent in this match. It depends on how they do Fatal 4-ways because a lot of times they do it still like one-on-one, but anyone can get tagged in, which is an interesting way to do it. So we'll see what happens. But also, I'm more of a fan of a Fatal 4-way all at once, but that's just me. And we know we get what we want. But again, this could be good if done well. But again, this is a hard match to get right. But again, so much talent in this match, so keep an eye out for that. And then 2 unannounced matches. One's gonna be official. One is kind of up in the air. So the up in the air one is Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt. There's been a lot of talks of Bray Wyatt being hurt or something happened, and we don't know what's gonna happen now. So I don't know. Bobby Lashley said he's fighting someone in Mania. He doesn't care who it is, but he's fighting someone. He worked too hard to not be on the card. I think Bray will be okay. I think he'll figure it out. He'll find the way. But if this is on the card, this is going to be a interesting one. I don't know really how this is going to go. I hope Bobby just doesn't get smoked like LA Knight did. But this is something to keep an eye out on. It will be interesting if it happens. It could be good if it happens. It could be really bad if it happens. This is going to be a very, very volatile match in terms of performance. So we'll see what happens with this. And then the final one, as of now, that we know of that isn't officially announced, but will be announced, is Dominic and Rey Mysterio. They've been teasing this for like 2 years now. Dominic keeps, making the challenge, pushing Rey further and further and further and further and further. And Rey keeps saying, no, it'll never happen, it'll never happen, it'll never happen. It's probably going to happen this Monday. Something's going to happen. He's going to accept, and they're going to go to war. So those are the matches officially announced right now, or some not officially announced. But we'll keep an eye out for more. One of the women's teams will probably be Ronda and Shayna Baszler. That'll probably move into a championship match later on at some point. Um, but yeah, so we have what is it like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 official, 14 unofficial. They'll probably get like two more. I don't know what, but they'll find two more. They'll do something. So the card actually looks really, really good. Top to bottom, it actually looks good, which is tough since they moved to two nights. The first two night one, the COVID one, was actually really good. Especially for what it was, because they're wrestling in an empty arena, and that's hard. But the matches they had on there were good. They had a lot of quality matches, a lot of memorable matches. But after that, it's kind of been hit or miss just because it's so much time, it's so much card to fill. It's really, really difficult. But it seems like they're moving in a really good direction. Again, next week, I'll probably try to have a guest on to help me break down this WrestleMania card, get our predictions in, see what we're thinking moving into the greatest show of them all. But that's it for this week, guys. If you like this type of content, wrestling content, especially moving into WrestleMania weekend, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. Comment, let me know what match you're looking forward to for WrestleMania. Who you think is going to win that particular match, and also what you think could be an early match of the year contender. Like and subscribe. I said socials are down in the description. Instagram and Twitter at resthold_pod. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Just made a TikTok. Going to start posting on that very, very soon, especially with WrestleMania coming up. Please go ahead and follow that as well. It would mean a lot. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.